Hi everyone, this is a review of the new Goose Creek Candle Wax Melt Scents. There's 26 new scents that came out over the past couple of weeks. Some of these scents have been available in their candles and room sprays for a while, and some are brand new. If you've never seen my reviews before, I don't look at the scent notes until after I've done the review because I don't want to be swayed by what I think it should smell like. So as I'm reading my review, I'm reading it as I wrote it down as, when I first smelled it without knowing what the notes were. Also, I wanted to address something about the clamshells. A couple of people have said that they think the clamshells are smaller, but they're not. They're exactly the same size as they always have been. You get the same 2 ounces of wax. In fact, the clamshells are exactly the same clamshells and the same wax. The difference is that because the printing on the label is a little bit different, it's kind of an optical illusion. So if you look at, here's like an older scent that I have, an older clamshell. When you look at these together, it looks like the one on the left is smaller, but that's because the label has kind of a rim around the side, and the label itself doesn't really start until the middle. So it is an optical illusion. These are exactly the same size, the same wax, everything is the same. So, again, yeah, I love the new labels. I think they're very classy. I love the logo. I love everything about them, but just, they are the same size as they were before. So I will get started with the first scent, which is a Button Up. And the description for Button Up is: get warm and cozy with this flannel jacket. It's delightfully masculine. The notes are top notes of fresh ozone and Meyer lemon and dark amber, middle notes of clary sage, black peppercorn and jasmine, base notes of velvet sandalwood and forest musk. We all love labels with animals on them, and this one features a dog cuddling up against a flannel jacket, so I would buy it just for that reason. On cold sniff, the scent is fantastic too. It's a men's cologne scent with raw wood, pine, and brown leaves, a tiny bit of black pepper, and a hint of lemon. It smells like a sexy lumberjack. Melted, however, the woodsy notes are much more subtle, and I don't detect the jasmine or pine. It's still a nice, earthy men's cologne scent that's not too sweet or rich. Looking at the notes, they're spot on, except I don't smell jasmine. The throw on this is strong, like a 3.5 out of 5 would do well in a medium to a large-sized room. Next we have Caramel Vanilla Cone. And the description is: it's a fresh take on an old favorite, delicious warm waffle cones infused with sugary sweet caramel. Notes are vanilla cone, creamy vanilla, and caramel and sugar. I also wanted I also wanted to mention that not all of these scents include all of the notes. Like, some of them will include the top notes, the middle notes, the base notes, and I wish they all did. Some of them just have a couple of the main notes, and this is one of those scents. It's only showing the notes of vanilla cone, creamy vanilla, caramel, and sugar, but there are a lot of other notes in here that are just not listed. This is a fantastic, rich, sweet scent of vanilla with a little bit of caramel, a hint of white chocolate, and on cold sniff and from up close, I also detect a tiny bit of lemon, but I don't really smell that in the room when it's melting. But I do like that lemon note that's in there. It really adds something a little bit different. So I would probably add like a little bit of like a lemon, like a cube of lemon scented wax melt, just to kind of bring out that lemon in this scent. It makes it a little bit different. Throw on this is 4 out of 5. Very strong. Would do well in a large room and maybe outside the room. Chilly rain showers. Description is: invigorate your senses with lemon, limes, and fresh eucalyptus as the spring rain begins to fall. Notes are icy waters, blooms, lemon, lime, and eucalyptus. This is a fresh, watery scent with herbal notes and a hint of floral, maybe magnolia, since it has like a slight lemony note. There's maybe also a teensy bit of pine and eucalyptus, although there's no sinus clearing effects that you would have if it were eucalyptus. It's a pleasant, subtle scent where the scent itself is not strong despite the fairly strong throw, and the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next we have Cliffside Sea Spray. And the description is cold waters splash against warm, sunlit island cliffs, so refreshing. Now, I wanted to mention that if you look at the notes for the room spray, for this scent in the room spray notes are incorrect. The ones that say top notes of cactus flower, soft raspberry, those are notes for their Sunday Drive scent. So you want to look at the notes for the wax melt. And the notes for the wax melt, which I believe are correct, are saltwater, ocean air, blooms, soft fir, lemon, and white woods. This is a very sweet, fresh, watery scent with a floral note. I don't know what type of floral. A hint of bergamot that gives it a very slight cologne note, although it's not a cologne scent at all. It's more like a fresh, sweet body wash, but not necessarily masculine. There's also a teensy bit of a rich, salty note. There may also be a barely detectable smidgen of coconut way in the background. It smells a lot like their Whitewater Springs scent, which I will be reviewing in a minute. But this scent is much sweeter, and that scent has more of a peppery, soapy cologne type note. Looking at the notes, I'm not getting lemon, although that's probably like the freshness. And I'm also not getting fir or any pine notes. It's a very nice, pleasant scent, and the throw is very strong. 4 out of 5 would do well in a large room and maybe outside the room. Next we have Dragon Fruit Beach. I really like that color. Description is bright, juicy dragon fruit blends with the cool island breeze for a rich tropical vacation. Notes are dragon fruit, mandarin orange, pear, and pineapple. This is a very nice scent of mostly orange with some other fruit and some tropical fruit notes that might include pineapple and possibly a hint of apple, maybe. Looking at the notes, the smidgen of apple is the pear, and the other fruit is, of course, dragon fruit. This is not the same scent as their dragon fruit splash scent, which had different notes that included mango and peach, so it was mostly peach with some tropical fruit notes, and this scent has no peach. I really like this scent. Throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next, we have Espresso Cake Pop. Description is so addictive. It's a warm vanilla cake pops. Oh, that's not grammatically correct. It's warm vanilla cake pops with rich espresso flavoring. Yum. Notes are vanilla cake batter, espresso beans, vanilla frosting, and sprinkles. I am not getting coffee from this scent. Other than possibly a smidgen in the background, this is pure chocolate and it's delicious. It smells like a chocolate bar rather than fudge, cake, or frosting. It has a tiny bit of a milky note that I smell on cold sniff, but not so much when it's melting. It's sweet, but not super sweet like milk chocolate. It's more like slightly bittersweet chocolate, so maybe that bittersweetness could be a little bit of coffee, maybe. Looking at the notes, there's no chocolate, but of course the notes are not complete. It's really a good scent. It's very chocolatey and it's just delicious. But again, I'm not really getting coffee. Throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next is Eucalyptus Mint. Description is feel stress-free with this blend of eucalyptus and mint. Notes are top notes of fresh eucalyptus and mint leaves, middle notes of bright bergamot and sheer freesia, and base notes of light woods. This is a nice relaxing spa scent that smells like garden mint with a hint of eucalyptus. The eucalyptus is very subtle, so there's no Vicks vapor rub or pine notes. I'm also getting a smidgen of spearmint, but not like a toothpastey spearmint, more like a garden mint. And a tiny bit of a laundry note. It smells a lot like Sensational's Zen. But Zen is slightly sweeter, while this scent is slightly more minty with a teensy bit of a nasal clearing effect. I think this is the same scent as the Goose Creek Minted Eucalyptus from 2016. As I described it the same way, I no longer have it to compare, but the notes are almost the same. That scent, the notes were fresh eucalyptus, mint leaves, sparkling bergamot, sheer freesia, muguet petals, geranium, tonka bean, white cedar, and musk. So there were more notes in it, but I do think it's the same scent. A lot of the notes are the same. The throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next is Forest. Description is, nature comes to life as this blend of forest elements fills the air. Top notes of orange, summer leaves, and dark woods, middle notes of wild rosemary, silver, fir, and clove, base notes of cedarwood, lush amber, and black patchouli. This is a fantastic pine scent with a hint of black pepper and a hint of sweetness that most pine scents don't have. I'm also getting a smidgen of garden mint that gives it a bit of a chili quality. It may also have a barely detectable smidgen of citrus, maybe grapefruit. It's not a woodsy, smoky, sour, or harsh pine. I really like it, although it's a winter scent rather than a spring scent. Looking at the notes, orange is the citrus, but I don't detect orange per se, just kind of like that citrus that I can't identify. The amber and the patchouli are probably providing that sweetness, although I don't detect amber or patchouli per se. I'm not seeing any mint, but the rosemary is a savory herb, so maybe that's what I'm thinking is mint. This one, the throw is bold, 5 out of 5. Scent Monster took over the entire house. Fantastic scent. If you like pine scents, you will love this one. Grape Soda. This is the one that everyone is talking about. Description. The nostalgic memories of fizzy, thirst-quenching grape soda on a hot summer day. Top notes of Concord grape and red raspberry, middle notes of fizzy soda and pomegranate punch, base notes of raw sugar and sparkling water. This is a super sweet Concord grape scent with a little bit of raspberry. You really do get that rich Concord super grapey note rather than just regular grape. It smells like grape candy, or actually it smells kind of like a kid's grape flavored popsicle. I think it's way sweeter than grape soda, and I'm not getting the fizzy soda notes. So I'm kind of happy about that because I'm usually not a fan of those fizzy soda type notes. This is a fantastic scent. I love it. It's amazing. It's unique. Throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5 would do well in a medium to a large size room. Great scent, just something that's totally different. Next we have Guilty. And the description is, daring and mischievous, this scent is intoxicating. Someone's up to no good. The notes are top notes of leather and bergamot, middle notes of suede and cardamom and moss, base notes of cedar, sandalwood, and amber. This is a fantastic smoky masculine scent that smells like strong tobacco, smoky wood, maybe a smidgen of clove, lime, and bergamot. It smells just like the Goose Creek black leather scent, which actually was not a leather scent. It's just not as intense, and that hint of lime and smidgen of freshness is what differentiates it from that scent, because I don't smell as much of the lime and that freshness in the black leather scent, if at all. It's like 70% of their black leather scent with 30% of a lime cologne type note. But then I realized when I looked at the notes for this scent are the same as those for black leather, so it is indeed the same scent. But I sniffed them side by side. They do smell a tiny bit different, so maybe they've added more bergamot to this scent, or maybe the scent for black leather, which is from 2016, may have changed a bit over time. Whatever the case is, I'm just glad it returned. I love this scent, whether it's black leather or this Guilty scent. Fantastic scent, has been one of my favorites for a long time. Throw is very strong, 4 out of 5. So fantastic scent. You will really like this one. Next we have Honey and Wildflowers. Wildflower. singular. Description: embrace inner harmony with a blend of sweet honey and wildflower. Notes are orange blossom, lily, neroli, honey, and citrus. This smells like lily, baby powder, vanilla with a milky note, honey, musk, and on cold sniff I also detect a smidgen of black cherry that becomes barely noticeable when melted. I love this scent. Looking at the notes, I'm not getting neroli, orange blossom, or citrus, but maybe the citrus is what I'm thinking is black cherry. This one, it's a fantastic scent. I love it. The throw is medium, like a 3 out of 5 would do well in a small to medium-sized room. Next is Lavender and Vanilla. Description: feel rested with this blend of lavender and vanilla. Notes are top notes of lavender and bergamot, middle notes of lavender fields and vanilla, and base notes of cedarwood and tonka bean. My beloved lavender vanilla scent has returned from 2019. This may be one of the best lavender scents I've ever smelled. I sniffed this scent side by side with the lavender vanilla from 2019, and they are indeed the same. In fact, I did confirm with Goose Creek Candle that they are indeed the same scents. So I don't know why the old version is still available on the Goose Creek Candle website. But whatever the case, it's a fantastic scent. This is authentic lavender with the rich vanilla buttercream note and maybe a smidgen of caramel. It also has a warm note like amber or cashmere and possibly another barely detectable floral way in the background like gardenia. It's sweet but not perfumey. All of the notes are balanced just perfectly. There are a lot of other lavender vanilla scents out there, and they all smell like Bath & Body Works lavender vanilla or Yankee Candle lavender vanilla with that odd coconut note that this scent does not have. I do like those other lavender vanilla type scents, but nothing compares to this one. It is absolutely fantastic. Looking at the notes, for this scent, they are different from the older lavender vanilla, and the Goose Creek Candle rep said that the notes had to be updated, but I wasn't clear as to whether the notes for the old scent were being updated or the notes for this scent are updated on the website. The notes for the older lavender vanilla are top notes of fresh lavender, violet, and rose, middle notes of red fruits, jasmine, and base notes of amber, cedarwood, and warm vanilla. I'm not getting bergamot at all, which gives scents a slightly citrusy cologne note, but with the old scent I never detected rose or any fruit notes, though maybe a hint of the violet and jasmine. So I'm not really sure which notes are the right ones, but whatever the case, it's an absolutely incredible scent. And the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next is Moonlit, Amber, and Cashmere. And I would have to say, out of all of these scents, I think this one is my favorite. Description: warming amber combines with a romantic sunset for a truly magical experience. Top notes of amber and soft vanilla, middle notes of violet, lavender, and white woods, and base notes of bright berries and sandalwood. This is a powdery oriental perfume scent with warm amber and possibly a smidgen of lavender and fruit. Can't figure out the fruit. It's just barely detectable. It might not even be in there, but if it is, maybe a peach, maybe apple. I'm not sure, but it's barely detectable. Strangely, there's something in this scent that smells like dry roasted peanuts, just a little bit, and then I realized where I've smelled this scent before. It smells like about 30% of the scent is their ivory rocking horse scent, which I described as smelling like dry roasted peanuts with a sweet cashmere note, even though there aren't any peanut type notes. Looking at the notes for this scent, they're spot on, although I don't see any oriental spice or peanut notes. But this is indeed an oriental perfume scent, which is hard to find in a wax melt, with that tiny bit of that dry roasted peanuts note from the ivory rocking horse. It sounds like a weird combination, but it works. I adore this super sweet, super strong, unique scent that lasted the entire day. And the throw is bold. 5 out of 5 took over the entire house. So this is a winner for me. Now keep in mind, I do love my really sweet perfumey scents. If you don't like sweet perfumey scents, this one might be overwhelming for you, but I adore this scent. I can't get enough of this scent, Moonlit, Amber, and Cashmere. There you go. Next we have Oud. Just one little word. Oud. O-U-D. Description: take a hike through the woods, rest your mind as the rich forest aromas fill the air. Top notes of bergamot and soft eucalyptus, middle notes of amber, cypress, and incense, base notes of oud, cedar, patchouli, and sandalwood. Now, this scent does not smell like any oud scented wax melts or candles I've ever smelled, but it does smell exactly like the description of oud. And the description of oud, the oud wood, is a dark, intense, tarry, woody scent with tree sap and cedar notes. Now, real oud also has incensey or patchouli type notes, which this scent doesn't have, and that's usually what I smell in other oud scented wax melts and candles. So whether this truly is the real oud scent or not doesn't matter. It's fantastic. It smells like being in a wood shop, full of raw pine and cedar woods, along with, and this sounds terrible, along with shellac or turpentine, but in the best possible way, like what you would smell in a real wood shop. There's no sweetness at all. It smells a lot like Sonoma, evergreen, and mahogany from Kohl's, which I described as the same way, like a raw wood type scent with like just that, like raw wood that's being cleaned and bleached in a wood shop. That's the only way I can describe it. Looking at the notes, the hint of pine is actually the eucalyptus, and I'm not getting bergamot or any cologne type notes, or amber or any warm sweet notes or patchouli. I love this scent, and it lasted all day, and the throw is bold. 5 out of 5, took over the entire house. So if you're looking for just like a different take on oud, this one is just absolutely fantastic and so crazy strong. Next is Passion Fruit Beach Party. Description: nothing beats an evening beach party. Passion fruit chillers are made fresh from the island produce. Notes are passion fruit, peach, red berries, pineapple, and lime. This is a nice summery blend of coconut with tropical fruits. I'm not sure what the fruits are, though. I do smell a hint of pineapple, but that's not the main fruit. It's sweet, but it's also a bit tart with a hint of sourness. Passion fruit is a sweet tropical fruit with a hint of pineapple, sometimes a hint of blackberry, and sometimes it smells like an overripe apple, may have a hint of tartness, and the description of passion fruit does describe the fruit in this scent. I think I'm also getting a tiny bit of peach, a tiny bit of yellow guava, which is the sour fruit note, and maybe a smidgen of lemon. Looking at the notes, there's no coconut, even though that's definitely a main note in this scent, but of course, all the notes are not listed for this scent. But there is definitely coconut, I think, is the main note. I do like the lemon or the lime note as it differentiates this from a lot of other tropical type scents. Although when melting, that lemon note pretty much disappears and it takes on a bit more of the sour and the peach notes, but it's still a great scent. And the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Peanut butter and jelly has returned. The description: enjoy freshly baked bread with a delicious combination of peanut butter and jelly. Notes are strawberry and grape jelly, creamy peanut butter, and fresh baked bread. This may be the same peanut butter and jelly scent that I reviewed in 2017. The notes for that scent were a blend of rich, true peanut butter and super sweet Concord jelly. So that scent did not have the strawberry or the bread notes that this scent has, but I did describe that scent as: I smell rich grape jelly first, then the salty, nutty note. I don't smell a bready note. So I don't smell a bready note, so this smells more like a fruit and nut health bar than a sandwich. When it's melted, it smells almost exactly like their old peanut butter sugar scent, but with a smidgen of grape. So it might not be the same as the old scent, because I did say that I smelled the rich grape jelly first, and it was like a Concord grape. I'm not getting that super rich Concord grape note that I'm getting from, like, say, the Grape Soda scent. I am getting a little bit more of the strawberry, so it might not be the same as the old peanut butter and jelly scent. I just don't know because I don't have that scent anymore to compare. The throw on this scent is medium, like a 3 out of 5 would do well in a small to medium size room. It is, I should mention, it is a very nice scent. I'm just not a fan of like peanut butter scents or peanut butter and jelly sandwich scents in the house, but it is a nice scent and your kids will probably love it. Strawberry sponge cake. Description: dense yet spongy strawberry cake is covered with delicious mouth-watering icing. Notes are strawberry cake, cream cheese icing, lemon, vanilla, and buttercream. This is a tooth-achingly sweet scent of vanilla buttercream with a sugary syrup that's so rich it almost has a burnt or slightly smoky note in the best way. Or actually, it might be like a cream cheese note, although this is not supposed to be a cheesecake scent. Now, I did mention when I wrote these notes down, I didn't even know that it does have a cream cheese icing note. Of course, I'm also getting strawberry and maybe a hint of raspberry because it has a teensy bit of tartness. It's an incredible scent. Looking at the notes, they're spot on. There's the cream cheese icing, the strawberry. Not really getting lemon. Am I getting lemon? No, but maybe that might be part of that teensy bit of tartness. The throw is very strong. 4 out of 5 would do well in a large room and maybe outside the room. Next we have suit and tie. And the description is, the evening ball is about to begin. This calls for suit and tie. Notes are top notes of sparkling bergamot and California lemon, middle notes of woodland sage and jasmine flower and white spice, base notes of oak moss, white woods, and sheer musk. This is a very nice warm men's cologne scent with a hint of cedar, a tiny bit of soapiness, and possibly a barely detectable smidgen of something foody in the background, although I'm not sure, like maybe a chocolate or a coffee or a nut. It's barely detectable. It might not even be there at all. Looking at the notes, I'm way off. There's no foody notes at all, and there's no cedar, and I don't detect lemon, sage, or jasmine. It's just a nice men's cologne scent, and the throw is strong, like a 3.5 out of 5. Next is Teakwood. Are these both gray? Oh yeah, they are both gray, just like different shades of gray. 50 shades of gray. No, 2 shades of gray. Teakwood. Description: enjoy the rich and elegant aroma of aged white woods. Top notes of lemon and bergamot, middle notes of cardamom, jasmine, and rosemary, base notes of mahogany, driftwood, rosewood, and oak moss. This is kind of similar to their button-up scent. Button-up is more of a subdued cologne scent with a woodsy note, while this scent is also a cologne-type scent, but with more pronounced notes of wood, especially mahogany and lemon, a bit of salty richness and warmth, possibly a tiny bit of smokiness, and a smidgen of a savory note or sage or rosemary. When melted, the salty richness comes out more. It becomes almost like a foodie-type cologne scent. Looking at the notes, they're spot on except for the jasmine and cardamom. I don't smell jasmine, but maybe the cardamom is that foodie note that I'm getting. I love this scent, and the throw is very strong, 4 out of 5. Next we have vanilla and rose petals. Description is, feel loved with the gentle touch of vanilla and rose petals. Top notes are peach blossoms, citron blooms, and clementine. Middle notes of damask rose and white jasmine. Base notes of vanilla bean, rosewood, and sheer musk. This is not what I expected. I expected straight rose and vanilla, but instead, this is a fruity floral that smells like skin cream, and I think I do smell the rose, but I can't figure out the fruit. It's a very sweet scent, but it also has a smidgen of a bitter or sour note that gives it a tiny bit like of an old fruit vibe, although it's not enough at all to ruin the scent. I think the fruits I'm detecting are grapefruit and peach, and I'm getting just a hint of rose as well as lily, I think. It's also a little rich, so maybe also amber, musk, or the creaminess of the vanilla, although I'm not smelling the vanilla per se. It's an interesting scent, and I like it. Looking at the notes, they're spot on. Clementine is a citrus fruit that smells like sweet orange, and citron smells like lemon and lime. I don't detect orange, lemon, or lime at all, but they may be what I think is grapefruit. Throw was strong, like a 3.5 out of 5 for about an hour, but after that, the throw became bold, like a 5 out of 5, took over the entire house. The scent lasted all day, and then I just discovered that I adore this scent. I love this scent. It's fantastic. So, if you're looking for something that's really, really strong, just give it like an hour to melt, and it'll just take over the whole house. Great scent. Next we have Vanilla Bean. And I think they had a Vanilla Bean many years ago. I don't remember I don't think I ever reviewed it. I don't think I ever even got it. I don't know if this is the same scent as that one. Description is, indulge in this perfectly delectable vanilla buttercream treat. Top notes of warm, melted vanilla and buttercream icing. Middle notes of light marshmallow and sugar. Base notes of milky vanilla cream. So this is all vanilla. This is a super sweet vanilla buttercream with waxy jimmies and sprinkles, or jimmies or sprinkles in a good way. When I say waxy, I mean that it's like they smell like real jimmies or sprinkles, which do tend to have like that waxy note. Also a tiny bit of a milky note and possibly a smidgen of caramel. It's like the buttercream and sprinkles on top of a cupcake rather than the whole cupcake. It's totally different from the caramel vanilla cone scent, which is also vanilla and caramel, in that this scent is sweeter and has the buttercream and Jimmy's sprinkles note that caramel vanilla cone does not have. And the caramel vanilla cone is richer and warmer with that smidgen of lemon. This is actually a very nice scent, and the throw is strong, like a 3.5 out of 5. Next is Vanilla Sands. This is an interesting one. Description is, soft vanilla crystals relax your soul as the waters sparkle at sunset. Notes are vanilla sands, lotus flower, sandalwood, and cream. I knew I had smelled this scent somewhere before. It smelled so familiar. Finally, I realized it is almost exactly, if not the same, as Scentsy Vanilla Waves. It's a combination of oceany water and a sweet vanilla cookie. It's like eating cookies while sitting in front of the ocean. The Scentsy version was an almost even combination of those notes, like the oceany water and the sweet vanilla. Well, I think this scent has a bit more vanilla. It's more like 65% vanilla and 35% of that oceany water scent. It's a really interesting scent, and I like it. The throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next is Volcanic Sunrise. And the description is, it's the land before time. The aroma of orange, grapefruit, strawberry, and lime fill the air of a prehistoric oasis. Notes are orange, grapefruit, strawberry, and lime. This is a fantastic citrusy, sweet but slightly tart combination of orange, grapefruit, and lemon or lime. You can never go wrong with this type of scent. It's fantastic. Looking at the notes, I smell everything except the strawberry. Unfortunately, the scent started dissipating within 1 hour, and by 2 hours, it was gone. But when it was strong, it was very strong, like a 4 out of 5. It's such a great scent. I almost don't mind too much that it didn't last that long. It's just a really nice scent, and yeah. If you like orangey and citrusy type scents, you will like this. Next is Whitewater Springs. Description is, lose yourself in relaxation as you soak in remote island hot springs. Notes are rushing waters, grapefruit, salt, blooms, and eucalyptus. This is a pleasant, sweet, fresh, watery scent that smells a bit like a body wash, and it's perfect for the bathroom. It has a hint of a floral, not sure what kind, and I also get a teensy bit of a nasal clearing effect from up close, so it may include a smidge of eucalyptus, and I think I do detect that just a teensy bit. It smells a lot like the Cliffside Sea Spray scent, but that scent is much sweeter, and when I sniff them side by side, there's a Cliffside Sea Spray. When I sniff them side by side, This scent is more peppery, more soapy and cologne-y, even though I don't get the peppery note. Like if I'm sniffing it by itself, I don't get that. I only get that when I sniff it side by side with Cliffside Sea Spray. This scent smells like a blend of Cliffside Sea Spray and a cologne scent. So it's kind of in between those two types of scents. Looking at the notes, I don't smell grapefruit or any fruity or citrus notes at all, and the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next is Wild Birch and Mint. Description: a mind-clearing blend of wild mint and birch. Okay. Notes are green leaves, mint, gardenia, birch, and vanilla. This is an odd one. It's a kind of a weird but interesting scent that smells like garden mint with a savory herb like sage, cucumber, or aloe, maybe a smidgen of lemon and pepper, and a note of light wood or brown leaves. It would smell like a salad if it weren't for that wood leaves note. It's so unusual and I've never smelled anything like it. I'm not sure if I want my house to smell like this because it's kind of weird. Like I said, almost like a salad, kind of. But I do like it and I can't stop sniffing it because I just don't understand. I can't figure it out. Looking at the notes, I'm not getting gardenia or any sweet or floral notes at all, and the throw is strong, like a 3.5 out of 5. Last we have Wildflower Ginger Tea. And the description is, experience an emotional cleanse with a blend of wildflowers and ginger tea. A lot of these scents are have these descriptions like relaxing and cleansing, and I think that those are part of they have an aromatherapy line. So some of the ones that have that relaxation description are part of their, aromatherapy line. Some are part of their masculine line, and some are just regular scents that are just new. Anyway, notes are tea leaves, honeysuckle, jasmine, and citrus. This is a fantastic scent of jasmine, gardenia, tea, a hint of lemon, and a barely detectable smidgen of ginger. I probably wouldn't notice the ginger if it weren't in the scent name, but I do detect that just a teensy bit. It smells a bit like magnolia, which magnolia smells like sweet lily with a lemony note. It's sweet and rich, but it also has a tiny bit of saltiness. There's also a tiny bit of a green herbal note in the background, although that could be the jasmine, which is similar to gardenia, but more green and fresh. I love this scent. Looking at the notes, again, they're not complete as ginger is not listed, even though it's in the scent name and I do smell it. Throw for this scent is medium, like a 3 out of 5 would do well in a small to medium-sized room. So there you have it. Those are all 26 new Goose Creek Candle wax melt scents. I don't know if they'll be coming out with any other new ones over the next couple of weeks. Last year, they kind of staggered them. They came out with a couple of scents, and then 2 weeks later, they came out with more scents, and then 2 weeks. So over the course of 2 or 3 months, they came out with all their scents, their new scents last year. I don't know if they're going to be doing that this year because this is already 26 scents. So of course, if they do come out with more, I'll be reviewing them. If you want to read a text version of this review, just go to waxmeltreviews.com and feel free to join our Facebook group where we discuss all different brands and scents of store-bought and retail type wax melts, including Goose Creek, and you can find the link to our Facebook group underneath this video and on our website at waxmeltreviews.com. Have a good day.